A little reminder of the shop. Hi everyone!
Hello!
Cheers!
Cheers! We're back for the second week.
We actually managed to survive a week, so we're hoping that you're all going to tune in. And we're carrying on with the same projects that we started last week. I just need to remind you that this is obviously my shop. It is open. You may hear people coming and going and chatting going on, and we just got to put up with that. I've actually managed to decant Noodle today. He's gone home with Daddy. So you won't hear the barking today, but you won't get his loveliness either. And the lovely Liz is still here to serve
Auntie
the public.
Liz is here.
So I'm going to hand you over to Manda, who's going to talk about a little offer that we've got going on, and then we're going to crack on and do some painting.
Yes, very pleased to announce that you're in for a chance of winning goodies, and everyone likes to win goodies. What we would like you to do is share and write in the comments that you have shared. Don't forget, that's important, because we need to know your name, we need to know who you are, because we're going to put you in for a prize draw, which we will do next week. Yeah, we'll do live on here next week, so you'll need to tune in then to see if you've won. We are going to be giving away impasto, which is the texture powder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what I use to create the texture on here.
Yep, so we're giving away one of those, and we'll also be giving away a small French chic brush. These brushes are brilliant with the round heads. You'll get a clean one, a brand new one, not this. So share, comment that you have shared so we know who you are,
and tune in next week.
Tune in next week to see if you are the winner. Let's get painting.
Right, what are you doing today?
Right, I'm going to stick with my ombre, but I all got a bit busy last week with lots of different colours, lots of different decanting, so I'm just going to stick to my very dark, which is, it's called Hornblower, and it's like a navy blue. You can see it better on there, which I did do a layer of right at the bottom last time, so we're going to stick with the Hornblower and just keep adding in the white. So it's the same basic shade with just same basic colour. We're just going to go lighter shade each time we go on and refresh, and then we'll come back and we will blend with a dry brush. So that's what I'm going to crack on with. Yours is looking exciting.
Well, I have just there's a bit of a mad rush getting prepared today. I've had quite a lot on. So I very loosely drawn in with a pencil some kind of poppy shapes, and now I'm using the existing orange that I used that's underneath, so it'll tie in, and I've got some yellow, which again I've used, and I've also got some black. So my job today is to kind of get this poppy scene going on here, and the last thing, which I don't know if I'll get done today, might be next week, is to show you the crackle and the gold leaf, but I don't really know where to put it or how much of it I want until I've got the scene on, so I felt like I had to do that first. So I use various implements to paint the more detailed stuff with. I've got some fine art brushes, but this one's got like a square edge. I don't know if you can see that, it's got like a square edge, it's quite stiff. But I also use like a little palette knife as well. It gives me nice sharp edges. And finally, I use these quite a lot for a lot of things actually. It's just an old crappy card that got sent in the post. There's like a plastic one, but it's got really quite a firm edge. And I use that often for dipping in the paint and then giving me my straight lines. It works really well, much better and finer than even a fine paintbrush, and I haven't got that steady a hand. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's looking great. I did wonder when I saw these little bits and bobs sort of slightly drawn in there. I thought, looks a bit rude, but they're going to look amazing. I can see the shape, I can see where the outline's going to be.
She arrived and then she suddenly saw it out of the corner of her eye and she said, "Have you been drawing on your picture?" Looks like a child's been drawing.
It was like some naughty child had been drawing on the walls at home, I tell you. But I can see it, I can see
I
it.
always rely on you to just say it as it is.
Yeah. You know I will.
What was it the week before? Do you think you need a lesson in painting?
I know, I'm not really this rude, it just comes out.
Yeah, I'm collecting these statements. They're going in a little black book for future reference.
Oh, do you like my apron? New apron, look, not a splash of paint on me, brand new apron. So, I explained last week, I'm such a dirty painter, such a messy painter. I'm running out of clothes, quite literally. Especially summer clothes, and it's absolutely roasting here. I'm fine with all my sweatshirts, that's great. Bulky clothes, but
you're used to working in quite a cold
I am,
environment,
yeah.
aren't
My
you?
workshop's very cold, you see, so except for this heat wave.
Yeah.
So long and short of it is, I have my new apron, and it is.
And she still looks half naked from the back. Have you noticed?
I do not. I just suddenly had to check it. I got this from Thomas and Lucia in Christchurch.
Yeah, nice shop.
Lovely shop. You need to go and visit that.
Shabby chic.
They do paint ranges. They do stencils. Sue has there it's like walking into a brocante. Yeah, she's very on the Frenchy theme. Lots of goodies there. It's a lovely shop, lovely environment. And these are handmade and exclusive at Thomas and Lucia.
My shop's nicer.
Of course.
I have to say that, don't I? But no, it is a nice shop.
No, but it is, and it's, you know, it's all about supporting local businesses. Oh, the reason I'm doing this, I like to spray my paintbrush, just keep it nice and just a little bit moist, not wet, just a little bit moist. Helps the paint move around a lot more easily. So that's what I'm doing, and it cools me down. It's only water.
It's not alcohol spray, really.
Can you imagine what that would do to my face?
Yeah, nice shiny glow.
Shiny glow. I've been, I don't know. The wrinkles, I don't know.
Well, they say that garlic absorbs through the skin, don't they? Do you think the
Do
same
you
works
think
with
it's true?
alcohol?
I don't know. I really don't. Who's trying this experiment?
But that's a
You?
test. Yeah, let's have an alcohol bath tonight.
So what have you been up to?
Well,
You have exciting things happening, haven't you?
I've got exciting. Well, I'm expecting today now. It was tomorrow, but I'm expecting today a delivery from IOD. I got the message on my phone this morning. But what's happened in this last week is that now people realise it's real and it's happening and it is going to be in the UK any day, is that my phone's gone absolutely bonkers with pre-orders. So I'm literally at the stage of already working out my next order, because some of the items sadly have already gone out of stock despite ordering loads and loads and loads. So
They do look amazing though.
they do.
People
I'm
are
going
just
to
gonna be
have a
jumping
very,
on it.
very busy next couple of days, packing and contacting people and getting them all out to you as soon as possible.
That's IOD, Iron Orchid Design. Did you explain them last week when we were talking about them?
No, if
Those
any
who
of you
don't
haven't
know.
come across them, they do transfers, furniture transfers, so they're big sizes, and you rub them on and they're very easy to do once you've got the knack. They also do stamps, which are obviously reusable. We're going to be using the Crackle stamp on here, so I shall show you that. And they do moulds as well, so you can make mouldings to add to fairly plain bits of furniture to make them look a bit more interesting.
I use the mould quite a lot because when I do big pieces, I like to give it a bit of a French look. That's the sort of the influence I'm going with. So when you've got something that might need a bit of work around here, a bit of depth, a bit of interest, pop some mouldings on, and it just gives it that extra.
It really does, because as soon as you
Depth,
paint in it, you can get all the paint going into the grooves, can't you?
Yes.
And then rub it back, and it looks like it's been there forever. I'm just really
They
impressed.
do. I'm so impressed with them. Oh, I tried, because I noticed in the Very Chic Emporium painting forum, you'd asked about what we use in our moulds, whether it's
yeah.
and so many comments on that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It was brilliant. And thank you to whoever it was that suggested hot glue gun.
Did you try it?
Tried it. It was great. It's absolutely great. It takes some work because you've got to, only comes out a little bit at a time. So you're sort of pumping your hot glue, and some of the mouldings that I was using were quite large, so it took a while to fill those. You can get those little bubbles in it, but you know what?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all.
Does it go off quite quickly though? Quicker than resin?
It went off probably in about 5 minutes, because I left the first lot I did a long time, and then it goes from completely clear to slightly milky. But I didn't. It was my first time. I was a bit nervous. I didn't want to take it out too quickly. So I left them about 10 minutes. The next lot I did, I only left about 5 minutes, and they came out easily. Yeah. Okay. So they've gone on. I've painted over them, given one coat of paint. That's adhered really, really well, so no problem there. They come up really flexible. Honestly, super, super flexible. I would say that's the real bonus of it.
And do they stay flexible, or do they go rock solid quite quickly?
Well, as I say, after the 10 minutes and they were dry,
they were still flexible.
They were really flexible. It's great, absolutely super. And you get to pick bits of glue off your hands as well, which is always lovely.
Yeah.
It's always lovely. Oh, this is looking amazing.
I quite fancy trying it with the cork as well, because hubby's always got cork on board.
Yes, I've got loads of old cork in the garage.
Somebody mentioned that on the Thank you so much. This paint group has been amazing. I can't believe it. It's only been going a couple of weeks, hasn't it? And the stuff that I'm seeing on it, it's like...
We've been painting for years, right? And the things that you were telling us, it's like, I've never heard of that. I wonder if it will work. So
the amount of countries that have got involved.
I know. We've got people all over the world.
All over the world.
We've got them in the States, Switzerland, we had...
India.
India, yes.
Africa, Canada, New Zealand, Denmark, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. I know, and then somebody says Paul and you're like, oh.
Yeah, someone down the road.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
But yeah, that's good. That's well done. Well done for your comments.
Seeing pieces that I'm in total awe of.
I know. Amazing.
Very exciting. And what I'm really liking is that everyone's been really willing to share how they achieve that look and stuff. That's just so generous of people.
It is generous, and that's how we learn.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Right, as you can see, this credit card technique, it's a very hit and missy, but it kind of works.
Yeah. It so works.
I don't go in for fine art really, because I haven't got the skill, but so the kind of impressionist look works for me.
I think it was you I got that tip from, because I'd never done that before. You fiddle around with fine paintbrushes and
and it's hard, isn't it?
It's
it
really
actually
hard.
looks bodgy.
Yeah.
Whereas this, there is bodges, but they kind of look like they're part of it. Yeah, which they don't if you do it with a paintbrush.
Yeah, loving it.
Might be onto the crackle sooner than we think at this rate.
I've just added some white into my navy. I didn't have much left in the jar, in the tin, sorry. I wouldn't normally mix them up like this. I would decant them and mix them, but the fact that there wasn't much in there was absolutely fine. And it'll always get used. So, going on with my next colour, just going to give it a light spray. Love these rainbows.
Yeah, they are good, aren't they? I imagine they from the cheap shop.
Yes, from the very cheap shop.
You like the cheap shop? We don't. What have you been doing this week? I haven't seen you much this week.
What have I been doing this week? Oh, really? Getting the new workshop up and running.
I don't think you've told them about what's happening.
Right, for those of you that don't know, I have left my workshop in Wimborne, sadly, but I am now exclusively in Ferndown at Studio 72, so that'll be by appointment only, and all my sales will be online at mandaluiza.uk. So yeah, I've been getting the new workshop up and running, trying to condense a lot of pieces into one space, but I'm nearly there.
But I think we have a lot of painters watching us, and I'm sure we all share that workshop at home that was supposed to be the workshop and has ended up being
Dumping
dumping ground full of furniture that we said, yeah, no, that's okay, didn't want to turn it away, and now but we hated it on site, and I don't know why we agreed to have it in the first place. I've got so many pieces like that, and I'm really lucky because I live on a main road, and periodically I ship out everything that's in this workshop that we've got, and I put it on the lawn at the front, and I put a sign out saying help yourself, free. And suddenly the traffic comes to a great halt on this main road. They all pull off the road because there's a grass.
And I jump out.
Yeah, Amanda jumps out. Various people just jump out and start loading their car up, and it's all gone, and I don't have to take to the tips. It's brilliant. So I'm due one of those.
Well, I have got lots of surplus pieces.
Yeah. I am. Yeah, since Amanda's been moving out of her bit, my workshop space in the shop has got considerably smaller because she keeps turning up with crates going, any use for this? And I just loathe to throw things away.
Well, I know how crafty your daughter and her friends and cousins are as well, so it'll keep her busy over the holidays. It will. All my trash.
I've had to create a craft cupboard in this workshop for my daughter and her friends because she comes up regularly, and they have their own dedicated cupboard now full of stuff that I collect for them, paints and stuff, so that she doesn't keep using mine.
It's like when kids raid your makeup, isn't it? Now's the time you can have your own.
Yeah.
You're not having my expensive stuff.
Now, I love my daughter to bits, and she's definitely my daughter, and I am probably one of the messiest people I know. Even if I don't manage to splatter it all down my clothes like you do, but in terms of like everyday living, I am quite messy. But she is beyond, like, I just don't know.
Is she really?
Really, really bad, and she shrugs, she just accepts it. And just
I wouldn't have thought it.
Really bad. When she's been away, she's been to France, she's back now, and I've raided her room in her absence, and good God is all I can say. I cannot even share with you what I found in her room because it would just make my parenting look so rubbish.
Really that bad?
Yeah. Oh, bless her heart.
But she has the face of an angel, so she gets away.
Yeah.
She really does. Okay, so just decanting some more. Yeah, just decanting some more white straight into the pot. We'll give that a stir up.
Just using a little brush to do the bodgy areas that the car couldn't get round. I don't know how that's looking from a distance. Sometimes you need to step back. See what it looks like.
From over here, it's looking amazing.
It's
going to be really effective.
It's quite simple. It was just what I wanted. I didn't want it to go crazy.
Yeah, well, it would overpower it, wouldn't it? It's got so many effects on that.
Or not, but I don't think it does.
So yeah, I've been concentrating on large pieces, which I can't bring with me when I come here, obviously. So we really must get this Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we've had several tries this week and it's all gone wrong. So
we'll get there.
We will get there.
Much as I love coming over here.
Yeah.
So
it's not what you said earlier.
I don't want what? So good. Yes, I've been busy on those. I'm going to do a whole series of pieces. They're all going to be French inspired.
That's your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is my thing, and I also think that by doing a series of pieces, and then I can release them all at one time.
Look good together.
I just think that's. I think that's going to be the way to go. So probably, sorry, turning my back to you all the time. Probably I would say mid-September. I should have a body of 6 pieces.
See, I can't do that. I get bored. I set myself. project of 6 things that are all complementing each other, I'd get to 2 things and then go, no, I've enough now.
Oh, no.
I've got no staying power at all. I just can't.
No, I think I'm the other way. I've got a sort of visual plan in my head. I know. I mean, the pieces have even got names, even the ones that haven't been started.
Like what?
Well, Big Babette, her name is. She's the
Babette. That sounds like a gorilla.
Thanks. Yeah, Babette. She's huge. I mean, huge. You may have seen a picture of her on my.
Is that the one you've done half of?
Done half of.
Oh, she's lovely.
She is, bless her, but she's a big girl. There's no denying.
What's wrong with that?
So that's Babette. I'm also nearly finished a piece called Mimi, cocktail cabinet. Sebastian needs a little bit more work. Sebastian,
decided it's a boy.
Well, I'm a bit concerned. It's a large stag gentleman's wardrobe, and if you're sort of similar age to me, sort of around about your 50s, your parents or your grandparents probably had these in their house. Everybody had them, big, his and hers kind of matching wardrobes. That's looking fab. And so yeah, it's a gentleman's wardrobe, but with a feminine side. When it's done, you'll see it.
Oh, you've done it. Have you done it?
It's partly done. It's partly done. A lot of mouldings on there, so the mouldings are all on. There's a bit of colour on there at the moment, but we still need more. So yeah, Sebastian's part way finished. And then we're going to have 2 large sideboards. What do they call them in the States? Are they buffets?
Yes.
Buffets.
So.
Huge ones, 2 big ones. They're going to be Charles and Louis. And who else have I got there?
Not Doris.
No, not Doris or Eric. Sorry, Liz.
Oh, you've got to tell them the Doris and Eric story.
Come in here, Liz, and tell us the Doris and Eric.
No, the story about the...
Right, first up, Doris and Eric. It started off because they're both fairy names. Apparently, I don't know much about fairies. This is our fairy chic lady. She's the girl that knows about fairies. But looking at fairy names for a future project, Doris and Eric were in there, and she kind of decided
I threw them out.
Really go with Doris and Eric. It wasn't really her kind of vibe. I don't know why, but it got me thinking because I was in Christchurch that morning. And I was driving along, and I'm stopped at the, if you know Christchurch, you'll know the huge roundabout right in the centre there, near Bargates. And it can take a while. You're sat there for a while sometimes. Ooh, hello.
Sorry, got activity.
And trying to cross the road from one side to the other, there was one. You get these power scooters, don't you? These mobility scooters, right? One of the nice big plush ones, burgundy. They're always burgundy. You notice that? They're always burgundy. But it was a double one. It was a tandem. It was a tandem. So we had Eric was at the front. They were elderly. I'm very elderly. Eric was at the front. Doris was at the back. They both had proper seats and what have you, and both of them had a shopping trolley pushed onto the back of their seats. We're getting I can't say without my specs on. That's stunning, Paula.
Thank you, Joanna.
I know she's painting. I'm mothling. So I was going, yes, Doris. Oh, yes. So these, and it was. Sorry, it doesn't translate, but it was the funniest thing I had ever seen. I kept trying to get my phone out to take pictures, but every time I did that, the traffic would move a little bit further.
So we wondered if Doris and Eric actually take turns at the front, but the general view
I think Eric was having none of it. No, Eric was definitely the boss, and Doris was looking particularly po-faced. But they were having a lovely day out. I'm not doing very well on this at all. I need to get cracking. And I need to get a lot more white in there. It's not...
Yeah, I'm on to crackle in a minute, I think. I'm going to get my bit done today. Because I want to leave it. I think that's okay. It's simple enough.
You're very efficient. No wonder it takes me so damn long to
Yeah.
Pardon. It takes me so long to
Crack on.
complete a piece. That's better. That's better. It's getting lighter.
And I've still got a little bit of black on my brush here, which is actually kind of working.
That's looked like the seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks fab.
Turn down some of the black. Turn down some of that. It's a bit heavy.
Right, come on, we've got to get this lighter. It's not how I'm liking it.
Right.
I think because, again, you know, it's a smaller piece than I'm used to, so getting my quantities right is really challenging.
Huge pieces, aren't they?
Yes.
Right. Now we're not ignoring you. I've researched this. I can't actually see an awful lot. I can only see 1 or 2 messages at a time on this camera while it's recording. So I can go back and have a look afterwards, as you'll know from last week. We looked at every single comment and replied to every single one. So thank you so much for joining. And I'm not trying to be rude by not saying hello.
It's really hard to see.
It is hard to see. Right. I'm too excited about the crackle. I've got to do it. There we are. Right.
Oh, we've got Natalie has joined us.
Hello.
Hello, Natalie.
Hello. Hello. Right. Let's put the paints to one side. Now this is going to be a bit of a fun job because the crackle's quite big.
You're crackling already?
I think so.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're doing that today.
So this is the crackle. Now this crackle is going to be in the country, hopefully later on today. So it comes like this. It's got a plastic bit on it and a plastic bit on the back, and you can use the plastic bit to help you place it, particularly if you buy a stamp with letters on, but I don't actually need it for what I'm using today. They are really durable. You can wash them and scrub them. I use a toothbrush to scrub off particularly this because it all goes in, so we've got a toothbrush to scrub just with soapy water, so that works really well.
That's a good idea.
So now, self-organised. I need
So I'm keeping a separate brush, a big dry brush. Oh, hello, we've lost you.
Sorry.
I think you've got my feet or something.
That fell off.
Technical difficulties, apologies. So I'm using a clean brush, a dry brush, while I'm doing my blending, and it just gives it, just means I don't get too much paint on it basically, and it can take off any excess paint that might already be on there. So I'm going to keep forgetting this side. This poor side's a little bold.
Another technical difficulty. I've lost my brayer.
Brayer. I know what mine is.
The one in that. Oh yeah, look, this one in that covered in that pot. That's it. Thank you. That'll do.
That'll do.
Right. I'm all equipped out now. So,
Oh, yours are nicer than mine.
they're cute, aren't they? These brayers are great for.
Where'd you get yours from?
I ordered them online.
Oh, you see, I just put mine up locally and then.
So they're great for putting paint and or anything else onto the stamp. So what I'm going to use is, I've got some stuff called leaf and foil size. You can get lots of different makes. You can get it online. And it's basically clear sticky stuff. And I'm going to put it onto my stamp very carefully. It is really sticky, but it takes a few minutes to go off. So I've got to, this is going to be one of my disasters. I just know it's going to go everywhere.
It's going to be cool.
So I got to pour some on, decant like that.
Do the same.
Okay, and then I'm going to roller it, and then I'm going to roller it on my stamp in just a small area, like so. You can't really see where you put it on the stamp, but I'm literally doing a very small area, and then I'm going to place it there, and I literally just push it down and then take it away. And you can't actually see anything at the moment, but that's in preparation of the gold leaf. So what I shall do is carry on sticking up some other areas so that it's all kind of going off at around the same time. You can speed the going off process up with a hairdryer. You can, you know it's done by just sort of touching it and it's tacky. Have you ever tried this?
No, I haven't. I keep meaning to, and it would definitely work on a piece I'm doing coming up. I think it would look really effective.
It will look really good on the Carrara stamp as well that's coming out, won't it? The marble one, I think.
Forgotten about that one.
Yeah.
I ordered that one. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think it will work really well.
Yeah, maybe I'll wait for that one. Do a bit of both.
Yeah.
But the crackler stamp with paint, I mean, I use it a lot and it's fantastic, and it just gives you that slightly aged look without having to go down the route of crackle.
And of course you can go over decoupage and wallpaper with it,
yes.
Which you can't with normal crackle glaze.
No, you can't. So it gives it that excellent...
it's not the same as crackle, but it's just as good in a different way, isn't it?
It's giving the appearance of crackle, isn't it? It's faux crackle.
It is an effect.
And I love it, it's super. But can you see how Paul is just sort of doing it with her fingertips? She's not smudging it in, it's just fingertips.
You've got to commit, you've got to carefully, you can't move it once it's on, obviously. And then you've got to take it off in one quick movement.
But it's pretty fat.
Yeah.
No, I've not used it with the gold leaf. No, I'm quite excited about using that.
Divine, it is divine. And I've got a little bit there.
Right, I'm still not getting nearly as light as I want.
It's quite tricky to get the blending, isn't it?
It's
to get it looking
such a dark colour in such a small space trying to get light. I think I need to be a bit more brutal with it and get those light colours in and then just blend. I don't think people
appreciate how long ombre, proper decent ombre.
No, it does take time, and you're going over it and over it.
Yeah.
Constantly working that paint in. And that's where these sprays really come into their own, just keeping that paint moist and workable, especially in this heat.
You must excuse my little whoop whoop whoop. That's what happens when I start getting excited.
It's a happy dance.
It happens quite.
Heike, how are you? You made it.
Who are we saying hi to?
Heike.
Oh. Yes,
she's joining us.
Yes, hello.
Where are you today, Heike? Let us know.
Right, I'm nearly ready for a bit of gold leaf.
I am pleased, really genuinely pleased you made it, because you did say that you might not be able to make it until the 7 o'clock this evening show. So it's brilliant. You made the effort. Lovely. We love you for that.
We'd love to see you again at 7 as well.
Yeah.
Because then we can actually focus on what you're saying instead of what we're saying and what we're doing. That's the trouble with this. Right. Quite happy with that.
Well, so we need to get Carlo watching next. That's the next challenge.
Who's Carlo?
Carlo is he lives in Malta, and he's a very talented artist, really talented artist, and yeah, I just really admire him.
Right, I'm just washing everything off because it's so sticky. If you don't wash it straight away,
That stuff,
it's hideous.
it's kind of like a glue, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it needs to come off straight away.
I'll just leave that in soap with water. Right, don't leave stage.
Are you leaving?
I'm leaving. Oh. Now what I might have to do really temporarily is turn the fan off because it will blow everywhere.
Yeah. If you imagine how very thin gold leaf is, yeah, that would be a nightmare. And I'm going to stand and watch if you don't mind.
Watch it go everywhere.
I love it.
I bought this gold leaf online. It goes a long way. Right, so you get a kind of wad of it like that. So then you're going to, this does make a mess, but as you know, I quite like a mess.
It's really nice to put on.
So it's really, really flimsy. And I'm just going to place it. It should stick because it was obviously already sticky where the crackle was. Right, so this is where the mess begins. You can pick up its, I need to remember where I crackled. There.
That is the problem with it, isn't it?
So then I'm using quite a soft brush to, do you want to, would you mind just getting the camera and bringing it in close? It would be better to see just this section.
Okay, bear with me. I'm just going to unplug that bit because otherwise I think we'll have it all over the place.
You're going to have little gold flakes on your...
I will! Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Right, can you see? Am I holding that in the right place?
Yeah.
Do you want to come in more?
Yeah. So it's subtle, but that's what's really nice about it. And it's kind of, you don't really know how much of it's going to...
That's so pretty.
Really, really pretty.
Oh, look at that.
And messy.
Oh, never mind the mess. You'll clear up, won't you, little She is very busy at that.
Right, so now it's just a question.
That's really, really pretty. I'm going to pop you back. We can come back in closer again in a mo. Oh, look how sweaty I am.
About your piece.
Oh, don't be. Hang on, we're on mute. We're on mute. We're on mute. Where's the volume? We've been on mute. Oh.
Hold that. What's she done? See ya. No. Hello. Hopefully we're back on in. There's always going to be a technical glitch. There we are. Manda, he's watching.
Oh, is he?
No, it's not mute. We're all good. Okay,
we're not
it
mute.
Was just
I
us.
thought. I thought we'd put you on mute when I was playing around with the phone. Carlo, hi. I mean, I know you're used to the heat, love, but it is so hot here, and I'm just not used to it.
We are not managing.
It's yeah, it's a British thing, so I'm glowing a little as we speak. But look at this, Carlo. This is right up your street. I know it is.
It's so pretty. It's so.
Isn't it quiet without the fan? Just noticed.
Yeah. But you can't have it on.
No, that's
It would be a gold snoozer.
Oh, I've forgotten what I want to. Yeah, this really isn't. I think it just might be a blue ombre and not a blue and white ombre. It does need lightening up.
Sometimes you
Just
have
not
to
getting that.
Blue and gold ombre, nearly.
I would be happy with blue and gold ombre.
Yeah, perhaps you could get a bit of crack along there too.
That would look very pretty actually. Oh, what's that?
It's a spritzer. Because the other thing you can do with the foil size is actually just use a little paintbrush to paint, I don't know, an outline, some lettering, whatever you want in the foil size, and then put the gold over the top.
That would be really effective.
Yeah, so
we need to try that.
you could do a signature in gold.
Oh God, that would be really lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If you did a beautiful, oh,
Yeah. Could be your. It could be your signature.
could be your ha ha ha. I think this side's looking better than the front. I need to address that. The front is the front is the money shot, isn't it? It should be the money shot. Right. Right, let's go seriously light this time. Getting to the point where I should be pouring the blue into the white instead. Oh, any more colours up here? Oh, I think we are on mute. Carly says he can't hear us.
Says no, mute, all good?
No.
It says
No,
mute.
no.
No. Can you not hear us?
Some of you can hear us and some of you can't, I think.
Hang on.
I think it was when I took it down.
Let's turn the button up.
Just keep it on like that, yeah. That should be fine.
Right. Can somebody just message?
Can you hear us? Or have we been talking to ourselves for the last 10 minutes?
How's that?
I think I pressed mute
Can
when
you
I took
hear?
it off. Somebody just thumbs up if you can hear. Karen,
Yeah,
I can't
we've got a
hear
heart.
either. Oh, we've got a heart.
Hello, I love you too.
Karen, hopefully you can hear us now. Carlo, hopefully you can.
I think that's going to be one of those technical moments. We've got to have at least one a week.
We could do with a technician.
Last
actually.
week you were hot footing it through the streets
I
of Wimbledon
was.
to get here.
Bat out
we
of
did,
hell.
We did better this week. I'm so liking that.
Do you know what?
It is so pretty.
That's one of the nicest things I have seen for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I just think it's stunning.
Pretty.
It's stunning up close and it's stunning when you stand back at it and just see those effects. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Those poppies just make it.
Yeah, and I might go back to them when I've... Sometimes it's just the whole look together, isn't it? You then need to alter it again, but...
Yeah. So, well, as we said last time, sometimes it's knowing when to stop.
Yeah.
But you can keep adding to it and you can keep changing ideas and styles and mixing it up.
And then when it doesn't sell, we paint it all over again.
That won't be here long, I'm telling you now.
That's happened before.
That will not be here long.
Or what I tend to do is give it to Liz and say, just get it out of my sight. I can't stand looking at it another minute. Just do
Really?
something. Yeah, I've done that before.
Do you throw a bit of a,
Yeah,
bit of a
I
wobbly?
have a bit of a, throw my toys out.
Oh.
Just get it out. It's got to go.
I never knew this side to Ellen.
I'll have it.
You'll have it. I would have that. I tell you what, that would fit into my decor beautifully.
It would.
It would.
It would.
And I'm not a glitzy glamour girl, as you know, Paula, but well, you've seen my place.
I
It
love
would
your
fit
house.
in there.
Your house is very eclectic. It's just great. There's no IKEA there.
There is not.
No.
No, thank you. Definitely not. kids' rooms.
Oh, well, I didn't venture upstairs.
No, well, you would not want to go into the kids' rooms.
Like George's.
Just like any kid, basically. Yeah, Sam's room is an absolute nightmare. And when he went from being, you know, sort of a young boy to a teenager, he got the sort of teenage bedroom. So we did it up, and yes, there was, you know, the general pieces from IKEA were there, but that's great for teenagers. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. It's fabulous. You know, and he can take that with him, and I can put lots of lovely things in there.
How are we doing for time?
Don't know, Liz.
2:22.
Oh, really?
Gosh, time flies. I am very nearly there, actually. In terms of getting this foil on, made a right mess.
You have, darling.
Liz, you're going to love me.
Manda. I'll get the brush out and stick the broom somewhere and sweep up. I wasn't put on the earth to clean.
No. So boring. I don't understand people that like cleaning. I really don't. I don't get it.
No. But some people, they really do, don't they?
Yeah.
And if you do like cleaning, you're welcome around any time you like. You would be horrified.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that would clear up for you to come round to clear up. People do that, don't they?
Yeah. The cleaner's coming. I must clean up.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I tell you who is coming. My sister, my big sister Krista. So I hope you're watching, dear. Yeah, my big sister Chris, she's coming down. We are originally from the Wirral in the northwest, and I moved down to Dorset when I was 21, 22, I think. So yeah, a few years ago. And
yesterday.
And Chris is my eldest sister, big sister Krista. So she comes down. She tries to get down here at least once a year, which is fantastic, because you know it's a long way. She's got commitments, so she's coming down with her friend tomorrow. And
Does she like cleaning?
I don't think she does like cleaning. I think she may tolerate it more than I do. She's going to be, Chris, there's stuff everywhere. I'm warning you now, Krista. There is stuff everywhere. Big stuff that should be going out into the workshop that is actually sitting in the sitting room. It's,
wow.
Yeah.
And you've got this great big stag head as well going
oh
on
yeah,
to
I've got
sit next to.
Yeah. Henri, the stag, who should be on the wall, is taking up most of the sofa, or one
What's
of the sofas.
His name?
Henri Le Serre.
You are bonkers.
Do you know what I think it is about giving everything names? Is I am absolutely useless with remembering people's names. It takes me forever. Which is why your husband's called Dave in my head.
Yeah, you do keep calling him Dave.
He's a Dave to me. Yeah, so where was I going with this? See, I've forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, terrible with people's names. So the only way I can sort of counteract that is to give people names, if that makes sense. Give them like a nickname, because I can remember their nickname more than I can remember their name. And then hopefully eventually I will remember their real name.
We're not going to talk about the nickname she had for me. I can't even remember what it was the other night, but I know I banned it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But I do come up with all these... yeah.
It was banned.
Tell me later. Remind me later.
I can't remember either. I just remember banning it. Right, well, I am kind of at my end, my piece. I've got to obviously seal it, but that's boring. Nobody needs to see that. And I don't think I'm going to do anything on the top. It's got all this lovely texture on the top anyway, but I think it's nice just to
that
keep
just
it.
sings, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
it's like when I worked in fashion, I always think to myself, what is the money shot? That's the money shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is the money shot.
Yeah, it works. I'm really pleased with it. It works well.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Well, guys.
Are we off? Is it that time already?
I think we're about done.
You've got...
Have I got gold everywhere? Look, have you seen the gold?
Look at you.
I'm shiny.
You're shiny.
I'm shiny.
You're like a princess.
Right, going for a drink. Here we go, guys. We'll
Thank
see
you
later
so
on
much.
tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll catch you at 7.
And don't forget to share for your chance to win that impasto that we used to create this lovely texture on this piece.
Impasto.
Okay,
And
see you later,
small
guys.
brush.
Cheers.
See you later. Chin chin.